somebody on Zoom and he just asked, are the mics on? So we need to speak into our mics.
Oh, was it Steve McDermott?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
yep. And there's, he must,
My friend.
okay, are the mics on? Okay. So currently, there's the four of you who are formally on the committee. Brandon Roberge and the town council appointed a seat for the Lakes Region Chamber of Commerce, not a specific person, but Danya is their part-time staff person, who will be sitting in that role, at least for the foreseeable future. So that actually, Brandon has talked a little bit in passing about changing over to the planning board. I don't know what his schedule is or the timing of that. So right now we are down one and potentially two members because Rosina LaChance came in and she wanted to participate again, but I hadn't heard from her since, and it's enough time that we can assume that she won't be participating. So it's, excuse me, Penny, Jamie, Brandon, Bethany, Pat, and the chamber are the ones right now that are voting members.
Totaling 6.
Correct. So we do have a space for one more. Maybe 2 if Brandon actually changes. So if you can think of anyone, the bush is a little.
Do we want to do any kind of like recruitment online or anything?
Put the chair and co-chairs thought on that. Can you say?
Do we want to like try to do any recruitment online or anything like that?
You have a marketing background.
I do have a marketing background, so. And I know we talked about a Facebook group or a Facebook page. Did we ever make that?
I have not put it up.
Okay.
I need to do it. You guys picked
Yeah.
interim or permanent, whichever. So I will get that. I commit to getting that done before the end of June.
Okay.
May I make a quick, brief comment? So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Anthony Wilson. I'm your town manager. And we will be happy here at the town office to put something both on our website, and we can send out email and text alerts to go along with that, and put something on the town's Facebook page. And again, we're happy to do that. We've had some success doing that, and we can boost that on Facebook, hopefully reach a little bit of a wider audience. But here's what I have found to be the best way to get people involved is you ask them very directly, like face to face, hey, we're engaged in this and I think you'd be great at it. And would you consider serving in this sort of way? And to me, that's always the most reliable way of getting volunteers. So if you guys know people in the community, so I think it's maybe kind of how we got Brandon involved a little bit. It was like, hey, want to come sit at the table? And he did. So anyway, that's.
Thank you. I appreciate
something to
your
think
input.
about.
Yeah. Have we directly reached out to like downtown merchants and things like that at all?
They were originally sought after, and some participated very early on, over a year ago. They have very busy businesses and lives.
Yes, for sure.
The fact that Brandon is here with us is a wonderful thing. So,
Whole group of chamber members and downtown businesses that I have on my kind of like a friends of downtown, and I've checked with people to make sure, to let me know if they didn't want to be on it. But so when I send out a notice or an agenda, it generally goes to a lot of those folks, including some staff members such as Kevin. Good evening. So they are still in the fold, not officially on the committee.
it's tough when they're operating a shop that they have open.
Yep.
Thus difficult to find time to meet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pat, did you decide on, there was a whole list of slogans?
Yeah, they voted
Yep.
and they selected
Is it meet me
downtown.
Meet me downtown.
Or meet me in downtown, one or the other.
So that's what would be used for.
I will use for the Facebook page.
Okay.
And permanent or temporary, we'll just use it for now.
Yeah. I couldn't recall. Thank you. So those piece of business being done, I would ask Anthony to
Yep.
give his presentation.
Do you want to preface with a description of what the age, a little bit of history about the plan, just for everybody? Just tell everybody what we've got.
On the Facebook page or now?
No, right now, just before Anthony talks about the consultant, tell us all about what we've got right now.
Okay. You want me to give you a background?
Sure.
Okay. So the current plan is from the year 2000. And let me just check. Did I give you all a copy? Does everyone have a copy? Okay. And it was a good plan. There's still some elements in it that have not been achieved that can still be pursued. And then, of course, the vision needs to be updated and look at new strategies to implement whatever that new vision may be. So we've been using this plan for a very long time, and concurrent to this group meeting, we're still looking at those goals and objectives. And the committee started to get going, as Pat had said. It was actually 2 years ago now, but we had a really hard time finding a day and time that people could meet and have enough people for it to be an official committee. So I do actually wanted to check in on that first item, is to make sure that this is still good for everyone. I think Brandon mentioned that maybe a little bit later might be better, like 4:30, or if everyone could just weigh in and make sure that we have the day and time that most folks can attend. I know that Danya did say that this time could work for her at the time when I polled people. So unless something's changed, she could attend at this time. So if you guys want, before the end, I know Anthony's here to give a presentation, but before you all leave, if you could just confirm that the day and time works. So now we do have time when people are able to meet. And in the interim, we had these two ladies over here who didn't stop working for the past year and a half, doing some events like, helping the public safety with the trunk or treat, putting up corn stalks, some decorations and that. So we've been trying to keep in the back of people's minds that, yeah, we're here and we're going to start doing something. It's been a slow roll, but we've been advised from people at the main downtown center that it's not unusual, but, we've got our plan and we're going to roll forward. And then Kevin is the Public Works Director, and he's attended many meetings and helped with everything that we've done. He's great. Is that the overall kind of background? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so good afternoon. As Dawn explained, we have a downtown development plan. It's just very old. It's 26 years old now. And you may know that we had a tax increment finance, or TIF district, that recently expired in the month of March. And the town council made a conscious decision to let that district expire so that we could create a new TIF district with larger boundaries that encompassed all of downtown, so that we could use the monies generated by that tax increment financing district in order to reinvest in downtown and help the revitalization efforts. And the timing is really impeccable because, as many of you likely know, we're going to be going through a property revaluation in the coming year. And so if we can create this TIF district in the next year, then we can capture that new value, and automatically those coffers are going to be filled with the difference between what the current values are and what the new values will be once the new TIF district has been created. And then the plan is to use those dollars in order to incentivize and to help property owners to engage in whatever sort of redevelopment of their properties in order to try to boost downtown's fortunes. So the first thing that we have to do, a TIF district is not actually created by the town, it's created by the state. We have to fill out an application and seek the state's permission to do that. And the very first box you have to tick on that application is you have to have, if you're going to create a downtown TIF, you've got to have a downtown revitalization plan. And you've got to have one that's not 26 years old. And so Dawn has so much on her plate right now between solar ordinances and other moratoriums and incorporating new land use laws into our zoning ordinance that she didn't really have the bandwidth to do a downtown plan for us. She's got the capability, but just not the bandwidth. And she's going to be a valuable resource as we go through this process. And fortunately, we already have some of these TIF funds from the last TIF district sitting over here waiting to be used for these sort of purposes. So I called 4 different vendors who work on downtown plans, and 2 of them decided to bid on this project. And you have those proposals before you. I think Dawn may have sent those to you in advance. But here's the good news is I don't think that whatever we choose to do, there's no wrong answer, because I think both of these vendors could do a really credible job for us. They just have different strengths. And so I'm going to walk you through from my perspective what some of those are, because what I'd like to do is get your input and take your recommendation to the town council as far as which of these vendors that we should hire. So I'm going to start with North Star Planning, which is this document that you have in front of you. And they're a very reputable private planning organization. In fact, the executive director of the main downtown center had good things to say about this outfit. And actually, when I was looking for who we might be able to approach, she suggested this group. And I know we have Steve McDermott online, and Steve also is familiar with the work of this group and vouched that they are a good outfit to work with. So what I liked about their proposal, a few things is, first of all, they're planners. So they have the same sort of education, experience, and credentialing that Dawn does. So they understand this business. And as you read through their proposal, you can see they have worked on downtown plans in the past. So they have experience with this. And I particularly liked their phased approach to this, which I agreed. And what I told these vendors was, first and foremost, we're looking to create something that's going to win state approval on our TIF application. And if we want to later circle back to this and maybe flesh out the downtown plan even more so to make it more robust, then I think I'm certainly open to that, and I would hope that the council would be as well. So they have a phased approach, and essentially they would be working on phase 1, which is the preliminary planning necessary to update our downtown plan so that we could then present that to the state as part of a TIF application. And they do also have TIF services. So if at some point we wanted to hire a consultant to help us with whatever may arise with the TIF district, they're available to do that. And then phase 3 would be, as I said, that return back to the downtown plan if we wanted to create something that was a little bit more robust. So beginning on page 3 under scope of work, you can see that they broke their work out into different tasks. The first task is inventory. The second task was outreach and analysis, and I really like their plan for reaching out and getting input from people in the community and in the downtown area. Task number 4 would be drafting and reviewing the plan and then presenting it to the town council for final adoption. And then you can also see their timeline. Let's see, on the almost sort of the back page before you get to their biographical information, they would complete this work by the end of the year, which is something that we had asked the vendors to consider. Yes, ma'am, this year. So anyway, so that is North Star Planning. And again, even if we choose not to use them for the downtown plan, I think there may still be a role for them when it comes to the TIF district, or maybe creating a more robust downtown plan later. And I also noted that they also work on open space planning, and we're soon going to be putting out an RFP, a request for proposals for an open space plan, because we got some grant funding in order to pay for that. The second proposal that we got was from La Rochelle Consulting. And that is run by a woman named Reagan LaRochelle. She has served on the Augusta City Council and in the state legislature. Now, she has never actually worked on a downtown plan, but Ann Bell, who has spoken to your group before with the Maine Downtown Center, says she is one of the top consultants in the state when it comes to TIF planning. So she knows what she's doing, and she understands the task. Dawn and I met with her personally and explained, at this point, we're mainly looking to tick a box. One of the things that is attractive about Reagan is the fact that since she lives in Augusta, she's like practically local, right? And she's going to be right there at our disposal because she's so close by. Now, she does not have, as I mentioned, the sort of planning experience that North Star has when it comes to downtown plans, but she does have excellent TIF credentials. And again, I think that even if we were to hire North Star for the downtown plan, there may be some opportunities to go back to Reagan and have her help us with some of the TIF work. But she outlines her tasks as well. And it's not unlike what North Star did, an analysis of our most recent plans, and that would include the comprehensive plan that Pat worked so hard on previously. Collecting data, again, public workshops and stakeholder meetings and presentation to the council. And so she proposed doing this work within about 10 weeks, which would be a little faster than North Star. And then the costs were very comparable. North Star's was slightly more expensive at $25,000. Reagan's proposal was $23,500. The council may like that slight little discount there, even though we have about $250,000 in TIP funds in which to spend on different TIP activities. So with that, I'm really interested in your thoughts, and if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer those.
Thank you.
Are we trying to decide today, Dawn, or are we going to?
I'll leave that to the town manager.
I don't want to rush you into any sort of decisions, Pat. And so if you guys need some time to like delve into this a little deeper and consider it, then I think that would be fine.
I only ask because we are now officially only meeting once a month, and I
Mhm.
don't want to delay this decision
Mhm.
for this to get accomplished.
Yeah.
There are many.
Yeah, I agree with you. But having said that, I mean, if you guys want like a week or 2 weeks to think about that and then maybe have like a special meeting,
Yeah.
we're certainly open to that.
Discussion about making a decision today. Do you guys want to take this home and read them?
I think it would probably help me to be able to do that for sure.
Can we agree perhaps to a Zoom call in 2 weeks or in a week?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to do that to make a decision? I'd like to try to get a decision to Anthony
Yes.
so he can take
I
it to the
agree.
town council.
Yeah. If you guys if we can do this, like say in a week, the council next meets on July the 6th, and we could present it to the council at that time.
Sure, that can,
So how about this time next week?
it's Monday,
Monday at 4?
the 29th.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A Zoom call?
Yeah. And we'll send the Zoom link to you folks. And so, yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, because like you said, they're both very like, it's not like one is, outrageously expensive or really sticks out or anything. So I think being able to look at them will.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think we're in a really fortunate position. There's no wrong answer on this test. So it's just a matter of preference. Okay.
So a week from today at 4 o'clock, and it'll be via Zoom. We could do both. I mean, I could be here in person, and were you preferring everyone to be Zoom?
I'm having a hard time.
Okay. All right. I'll set the Zoom up from here, and then everyone can join via Zoom. But if you want to come in person, I'll be here regardless.
Okay.
Oh, we could come play together again next month.
Sounds good.
Sure, 4 o'clock next Monday.
So having quickly looked at these,
Mhm.
I really like the North Star presentation.
Mhm.
I will say that Reagan is an incredibly articulate woman
Mhm.
who is so well-versed in TIF districts and is the first person, and I know, understand them and have understood them for many years. But when she explained them again to me, I understood them even better. So there's good things about both of these, as Anthony has said, so.
Thank you for sharing that.
All right. So I'm going to step out, and if you folks have any, if you have any thoughts or questions as you're reviewing these, you're welcome to reach out to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Can we just check in now then regarding time? Thank you. Is 4 o'clock still the best time for everyone? I know I had mentioned that a little bit later was. Or, okay, and.
4 is great for me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very flexible, so.
And I'll reach out to Danya again and just confirm.
She's in Nashville. She's on vacation, so that's probably why she's not here.
Yeah, because she did say so. I figured it was something. Pardon me? From vacation, that's shocking. Okay, so we'll leave that.
Okay.
And I'll send out a meeting notice for a week from today and ask that it be posted online and on the Facebook page, et cetera. And it'll just be this one topic.
Can I bring up an old subject, so little
Certainly.
old business? Can you tell us an outcome of our last discussion about the flower pots?
Yeah.
We never saw any, did you get an email from Nicole?
I haven't got anything recently. The last I knew, Danya was going to put out the feelers to get sponsors, and they were putting it out to the community as well, so that anyone, it didn't have to be a business, could sponsor it. I don't know what the results are. So I would assume Danya is the liaison to the committee. I guess I want to check in with the two of them and make sure that we know who's the point person.
I, as president of the Historical Society, Danya. No, Nicole. We do flower boxes and things out front, so, and we're a little short on some funds. We declined to do that for those reasons. But they're up and they're out, and
Not all of them,
not all of them, right?
just a few.
Yes.
I just want to know, our offer of assistance was never responded
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, we had the meeting and we had a plan, and then it did kind of fizzle out, and I got reengaged with the farmer's market, which is up and running. And I did notice the flower pots that are out there.
Yeah.
Let me follow up. I'll follow up with Danya and Nicole, and then moving forward, I'll see if one of them can
There
be.
was communication out there that stated that Nicole did respond to us or you.
Okay, I may have missed that then. I'll go back and then I'll.
And it obviously didn't come to us as a group because we didn't see it. So, we're just very curious. We offered to help. We offered to provide funding. And here we are waiting for sponsorships from the community. And perhaps we could be moving further along, but
Right, and we also tried to help them with a plan for watering
Right, yeah.
them too. Yeah.
so.
Need a piece of hose. I noticed that the spout that you all have that you had noted that we could use is tight up against the foundation. So if whoever goes to water, how do you do that? Do you just have to have a piece of hose? Like I had a watering can, I couldn't.
Usually a hose there,
Oh, okay. There wasn't one. Maybe I went too early.
because we just redid that area. And maybe they haven't. Normally, it's just curled up.
Yep.
on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. And Kevin had some of his staff there's two nice rows of dirt out front. And so we have some hosta and some donated perennials. And so those will be, if anyone wants to volunteer to help with that. I did bring my garden tools every day for a couple of weeks. Don't have them today, but I will and I intend to put those in. If you guys want to come help or, you're welcome to.
When do you want to do it?
I was going to say, I'm happy to help if we want to set a time to do it.
Yeah. Wednesday would be good.
It's Wednesday.
Can't do it.
We can't do it this
What time?
That's like the only day I think that we wouldn't be able to do it.
What, Wednesday has a lot of hours in it. What,
Yes.
Well, I only say that because I'm remote on Tuesday. I have a director's meeting at 1, a planning board meeting at 6, at 7. So like I could like at 5. That'd be
5 on
great.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
We could possibly,
I can't do 5.
you can't do 5. Okay. I think I could maybe do 5.
I have a planning board meeting at 7, so I just
Okay.
need to have time to wash my
Yeah.
hands.
Of course. Yeah.
Board meeting, the credit union and that.
And you're talking out front here, this is your plan? You realize you're going to have a real challenge digging out there.
That's why Kevin brought some soil in for us because I did try and it's gravel. Yeah.
Sure you don't.
They're hostas and they'll last forever if we get them in the ground.
Yeah.
Can he bring a
But they
post?
need road.
You want a post hole digger? Because you're basically going to need something.
Can Kevin help in some way to, look at him. Look at me. To do you have a rototiller? I know that. That's why I called on you. Could you do that before? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That works.
You will chew it up for us? You're the best.
Yes.
You're the best ever.
Without him.
And by the way,
Dig.
benches are perfectly placed this year.
On the same note of planting, I had brought some hostas down to plant next to the bulletin board. There's the landscaping fabric. Did we talk at one time about pulling that up or is it, so I didn't plant because the landscaping fabric was in the way and I didn't want to rip it. So I thought we had talked about that at one point. Is that intended to stay or do we talk about removing it?
Cut through
It
it.
is
You
okay
have
to
to
cut
cut through it.
Okay,
I need scissors.
okay.
Yeah, you have to cut through it.
I wasn't sure if we had said it was okay to do that, so that so that's why there's some down there, and I watered them a couple times, hopefully they're still, anyway, so those were to go down there. And someone here had suggested, someone at the town office has said, I bet if you reach out, people will donate perennials. Like I brought in some daylilies, and I have a bunch of tiger lilies at home, so, yeah, because they'll keep coming back. That's that. Wednesday, and we'll go from there.
This is the 1st of July. What day is it?
24th
I'm sorry.
June.
It's this Wednesday, not next. See, I had to ask. The 24th at 5.
Will you have time to dig that up, Kevin, before then? Okay. Thank you. The other thing I had on the agenda, so I'm going to update you all when I have more communications with Danya, and I'm just going to copy everyone on that and keep everyone in the loop. Somehow it got separated out. In front of you, and not all of you have seen this previously, but there is a draft. We talked about having a policy regarding the downtown use of public spaces for decorations and for events, because there's a lot of people involved in what goes on downtown now. And I had gone to the council on behalf of the committee, and there's a memo here from when I went to them and the information that I shared with them. So they did, give us the nod to go ahead and create a policy and bring it back to them. And this was the draft. So we don't necessarily have to go over this now because you guys haven't read this. I don't think I gave this to you prior. But I would like to prioritize this and get that straight.
Okay, this is different than the last.
No, it's not. I just didn't know if you would still have it because it was a long time ago.
It is not different. You're saying
It's not different, it's the same. Because we had brief discussion about it, but we never really came back to it talk about changes. So this is the same draft.
It looks completely different to me.
Well, let me go back and check. Let me double check that, Pat.
It's fine. I will start over and read again and
Well, no, I don't want to have confusion of different drafts out
I
there.
have it here. It's not. Oh, it is.
No, that's okay.
It is the same.
And so you'll see in Kevin's here this evening, or today, is that we would have the different departments that partake in things downtown now, like the police and the fire and public works. They would sign off on this, and it would just be, we're not looking to take over any events, but ones that are going on to coordinate decorations and to coordinate events, and read through that as you get a chance. But I would like to prioritize this.
Okay, done. The end of it drops off and is incomplete. That's the only thing, one thing I do want to say. It's enforcement : and then there's
There's missing information.
yeah, there's missing. And the one thing, if I remember correctly, that when I read it before, and I think I discussed it when we talked about it. Let me read again. And should we get our comments back to you in writing, or do you want to wait for another month before we make action on this?
Actually, why don't I send you the Word document and then people can redline it and send it back?
Fair enough. That worked best.
Yeah, I know that the Chamber of Commerce has had some different change in membership and, how they're being organized, and I feel like there's still some things up in the air. I think we should just move ahead with our plan because we've hesitated many times. So I think that moving forward with this, getting the council stamp of approval, and then having this organization be the primary, the hub of the wheel, so to speak. So anything that the chamber's doing or any other group will coordinate it. And so we were kind of holding off for different things, but I believe we should go right ahead.
Totally.
Okay. That's all I have for today. So you're going to look at the two proposals, weigh in on that next week, a week from today. Everyone's okay with the time and day. And again, we believe Danya is as well. She's just away. We are looking for another member. And we will talk about, we'll email communications around the policy. And if we can come to some agreement on that, we go ahead, take it back to the council. I think that the sooner we get that.
Kind of set a goal for ourselves to try to do that as well in the next week.
Yep.
Keep things moving.
Okay.
Do you think the version you have has further content?
Yeah, I'm sure that it does, because I see what you're saying. There must be
We'll
another
get it
page.
in the electronic version.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Other business?
Madam Chair, since we're going to meet and talk about the policy, do you want to talk about, I'll send the document out, do you want to talk about this policy next week as well? Have two items instead of one? Are folks open to that?
Why not?
Yes, that works.
It's a great idea.
Okay. Then let's plan on that. Then I'm sorry, continue.
I, for one, was nominated and became chair of this committee at a point in time when we weren't really a full committee. And I'm willing to step out of this role and let's have another more official nomination and election. We don't need to do that today. We can do that over the next months or two, but I just wanted to I'm willing to make it a more democratic process amongst a true committee. Does that make sense?
It does. So
Re-elect me, but I don't have to be re-elected, right?
we need to rustle the bushes and get another full member. And then we can vote when we have that full. And Brandon, I did mention in passing that you are contemplating maybe switching to a different committee. So I noted that, so we may need another member if it goes in that direction. That's all I have for right now.
Okay. Oh, I had a question. Who, the community garden that's out front here on the corner,
Yes.
is that? Who manages that? What, anything, information?
Okay, this is great because I've been helping down with Kathy at the farmer's market. And while we were down there one day, we were talking about community gardens. And there used to be, the school used to use that, I think it was a butterfly garden at one point. So she lives in a place in town where she loves to garden, but she's no longer able to because she rents. And so we were talking about that. So there's hot interest right now.
Okay.
So you want to continue the discussion outside of this and,
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I'd be happy to.
Because they have done that in the past, but I think it was a butterfly garden, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to get that, the institutional memory of what actually happened.
Right.
So-
And I know that the kids club at the school like does some stuff out there sometimes, I think, but
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think it would be cool but we were talking about potentially a little free library. And I was like, oh, it could go on the corner there. And so that's what made me think of it. So,
Yeah, okay, great. I'd love to continue that discussion and facilitate how that looks.
okay.
And Kathy is still doing the farmer's market, and I've tried to go down and help take down the barriers and stuff at night. But she sits there through the whole day.
Is that her sitting in the corner?
Yes.
And she sat there in the pouring down rain last
I
Thursday
missed that one, and yeah.
from 2 until 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And the only reason that I was in and out of town, I saw her at 2 and I saw her at 6. I was in town, I saw her. It was, and which brings to point, I understand there's some impatience about the farmer's market and what's been presented and offered. And gardens are still growing. We need to encourage our townspeople and residents that stick with us, stick with it. It will improve as the gardens start proliferating and producing. I don't hope we don't get disappointment and discouragement and apathy and abandonment.
So Kathy is the one that recruited all the vendors, and the reason why she picked the day and time is because vendors are all taken, they're at other markets on Saturday and Sunday morning. So we had a lot of comment on that initially. But then we've had positive feedback since then as well about having it on Thursday afternoon. And I know the first couple, there was some people that didn't come, some vendors so she's got like 8 or 11 committed for the summer, but some of them didn't come, and I think it's exactly what you're saying, Pat, that they don't have their produce yet. But, and then she still has inquiries, but she's keeping it to food. Yeah, into food, not crafts, not, because sometimes people want to come, they make pottery, which is great, but she's focusing on agriculture. And she is a powerhouse. She's did so much work on her own, and she sits out there in the rain. If anyone wants, to offer her some assistance, her contact information is on that poster that we had.
Yep.
So I don't agree with you. I like that little plug for don't be discouraged. There's more coming.
Something that we could do, and perhaps if I could get this Facebook page up, I just want to do it right, and I don't want to rush with it, and I'll probably end up rushing anyway. Get something out there about it as well, so that the community knows, sit tight, hold on, it's going to be there in full force in a couple of weeks. The other question I had was, is there anything that our little we committee could be doing for the 4th of July? And at this point, no news is not necessarily good news. We do know that we're hoping to have fireworks on the 3rd, but will the Legion and everything else be going on the 3rd?
So my understanding is that the fireworks are on the 3rd. And actually, I just spoke with someone from the Legion today because they want to put a deck on. So I'll follow up on the deck and I'll ask if they have any information about that. Let me just write this down.
And are the fireworks now funded?
The town participated in some. They didn't fund the whole thing. Oh, so you're asking if the remaining was funded? I don't
The
know.
way I understand the town council several weeks ago, and you were there,
Yeah.
was that after the chamber received their donations, sponsors, or whatever you want to call it, the town would match their collections.
Okay.
That's my recollection, what the council agreed upon. I
Okay.
could be wrong. And they are hoping for a larger show that will be less expensive because it's on the 3rd. But I'm curious, are we funded? We're only 2 weeks out. And what else? And is there anything we can do? And we're sitting here like our hands are tied. We don't even know what's happening. I don't. I really don't. So
We reconnect the group because for a while there, you guys were meeting, for 2 weeks and involved in so many things. So there's been a little disconnect, but I'll reconnect the group. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll find out. You can talk about subcommittees as well because you guys were working on everything, right? Doing, decoration seasonally and trying to assist people in their events and hold your own events. So if there's interest in creating a subcommittee for some of these things, that's certainly something that you all could do, and I'm happy to assist with that. I want to bring up, and I know we talked about this a lot, but some type of a calendar, a community calendar, will be so helpful. Because right now, there could be other things going on the 4th, and I don't know what they would.
I think we were mentally longer than your participation. We had been hoping to see the joining of forces with the chamber, and we were kind of hanging on waiting to see if that would happen. So that's why I'm very curious about their verbal or written reaction to our offer now several weeks ago.
Yeah.
Before Memorial Day, right?
Mhm.
And where that's going, and if not, then we're just gonna go, kick back into gear, right? And go at it.
Okay. You're regarding the flowers you're talking about.
Anything.
specifically.
I mean,
Okay,
if,
yep.
and if you can find out more about the 4th of July between now and next Zoom call next Monday, maybe we can talk about if there's anything we can do as a committee at this very late date.
If you all think of anything else in the interim, feel free to email me. So I have a list of information that I'm going to get to you today, and we'll meet again in a week.
If we went and bought a bag of balloons and handed out balloons to kids, but are we having a function? It's typically on the 4th when people are off and the Legion partners with the chamber, and there's all kinds of activities down on Norcross Point and the beach. And I just don't know
What did they do last year when the fireworks were on the 5th? Because we stay home, we don't go downtown, so I have no idea.
Sat on the lake in the boat and watched them.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. We can see them from our house. That's why we don't go downtown. But were they still having the 4th of July festivities on the 5th?
Yeah.
I
think
Like, were they
have them on
coinciding with the
5th.
fireworks?
I do
I
not.
can't remember now.
I only remember it was the 5th because it's my son's birthday. So we're like, hey, they're for you, bud.
Was it the 5th officially, or was it a rain date?
No, they didn't get a vendor in time.
That was last year's problem.
Yeah,
So I think they probably did everything on the 5th.
yeah.
And that's why I'm wondering, but remember, the 3rd is a Friday. People are going to be working, Yeah.
A
So
lot of places.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let us know what you can find out. And if you want me to make any phone calls, let me know.
I think I can find that information.
Okay.
Parade, though.
There's never a parade.
No parade.
That's
Okay.
Memorial
It's
Day.
not a parade. It's Memorial Day in December are the parades.
Okay.
No 4th of July parade typically. No.
Augusta does one.
Yeah.
And they're doing a big,
I heard.
So there's Norcross Point, there's some family-friendly events with the Legion, but there's nothing in town, Main Street. Do you guys want to talk about seasonal decorations? And I don't know if any of you have to leave. It's already, oh no, it's only 10 till, we got 9 more minutes.
so I'm also on the Marana Cook Lake Association, and our 4K is that day,
On the 3rd or the 4th?
on the
On
4th.
the 4th, yeah.
Yeah.
And that starts downtown?
It starts at the beach and they go all the way around.
And that typically has been the Friends of the Cobussy, and now it's the Marana Cook Lake Association. Friends of the Cobussy are gone now, and they are something different, but yeah. So it's now the Marana Cook Lake Association holding, isn't it a 5K?
Yes.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
So Kevin, did you and your crew put out all the flags? Was that you guys? Because I noticed they're like all up the hill. Oh, yes, okay.
So you're going up the hill more? Okay.
So we hearted it town for Valentine's Day. I don't, we went and hung hearts on every storefront we could. We could do the same downtown, but what would we hang we can't, bought construction paper and scissors, they were cheap. They were handmade, right? Talk on next Monday if there's something we can
Yeah.
plaster downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like I have my marching orders and
Anything else?
I wanted to ask more about what the community calendar is that you mentioned. Like, do you mean like on the website, a physical thing that gets handed out?
well, not if something digital,
Okay.
but like, so the library has a calendar of events, the historical society has like rec department, school departments, there's stuff going on in town all the time, but
So like a
there's no
place where it
central
kind of like,
place.
okay,
Yeah, and even like Facebook has events and you can find out things that are going on.
okay.
But in starting this, getting the ball rolling, trying to figure out what events happen and when and who's in charge, I can't find a place that tells all that in one spot.
Could end up putting it on the website. We could distribute it if we needed to, make mini versions of it. But
Right.
a place where I can know when the vault weekends are,
Do we,
when the fish derby is, when the even the dances at the Legion. There's so many things
the
that,
town website, is
yeah.
there a
We can-
mechanism to host that? Like, what do you use for the calendar on the website right now for the
We
town?
talked about some of this because like, now we have council meetings, planning board meetings. like,
Right.
It's town business. I don't know what it looks like. If you
Like, do
may
they
have
use Google?
ideas.
Calendar, or is it like
I
a,
can send you one.
Okay.
Woodford's Corner down in Portland is a neighborhood organization. They have a really good calendar.
Okay.
But the thing is, we talked about it, we didn't ever decide, we didn't know what the best format was.
I'm happy to like look into it and see what we can figure out
Okay.
and help start that. Yeah.
Keep it simple
Yeah.
so that is accessible by anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
The calendar for the fishing derbies has been out. Where it is?
I was talking.
No. Seen it twice.
I think Kevin knows.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
As far as the calendar on the webpage and Facebook page,
Right. Just wondering if there's already like a tool that we're using that we could just
there is a
use as
tool.
well, or if we need to find a new one. Yeah.
I sent to Monmouth and Green and
Yeah.
Wayne and Wayne.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really just like figuring out how to deliver it and then someone just manually doing the work. That's really the only way to do it.
And speaking of that, our seniors are now officially invited to senior events that go on in Wayne. There was an official invitation
okay.
that came out. So it's like, it's not just Winthrop calendar.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy, the
Yeah,
stuff
for
that
sure.
we could be gathering together.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy to look into that and figure out what we can get going.
And I have a list, just like a bulleted list of stuff that I've seen go on since I've been here.
Mhm.
But I'm sure it's much more extensive than that because many times something's going on, then I find out the day before, there's two other things going on and there's a lot in this little town. So
Yes.
I'll send you some information and a link.
It's not a lot of nation.
No.
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 That's the policy.
And I would love to say, oh, you'd make all the library events red. Well, color coding isn't great for those of us who are
Yeah.
colorblind. So be careful with that too.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Is that everything?
I think.
Not everything for Kevin.
But
Well, I would imagine with our fancy new website, right? We've got to have some sort of tool we can use.
But I agree with Kevin that Deb would be the person we talk to like,
All right,
so
I'll reach
like
out to her.
this one example that I was thinking of, businesses that are in that neighborhood can send in notices and events.
Oh, okay.
And so then you have to decide, is it just civic events? Is it, you know,
Right,
what's the line?
right.
So Deb would be a good person to talk about right there.
All right, sounds good.
Adjourn the meeting at 4:57.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve, for sticking with us.
Is he still out there?
Still smiling. That's a good sign.
All right. And I didn't mention,